So I've decided to upgrade his deck from a pure variant to a competitive pure variant, and I'm telling you, it's working really well. Right, so this is my September 2020 InfernobleKnight deck profile. Before I get into the changes and reasonings, let's get into the deck list. So starting off, we have 1 Immortal Phoenix Gearfried, 3 Noble Knight Medrot, 3 InfernobleKnight Urgier, 1 Magius, 3 Olivia, 3 Roland, 3 Renaud, and 3 Astolfo for the monster lineup. For the spells, we have 1 Reinforcements of Yami Rhoda, 3 Heritage of a Chalice, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Noble Wise of Destiny, 3 DDR Different Dimension Reincarnation, 1 Noble Arms Gallatin, 1 Divine Sword Phoenix Blade, 2 Living Fossil, 3 Infernoble Arms Durandal, 1 Smoke Grenade, 1 Noble Arms Aphrodite, however how you pronounce that thing, and Infernoble Arms Joyous, with the 1 trap card until Noble Arms are needed again. For the extra deck, we have 3 InfernobleKnight Charles, 2 Noble Knight Higher Lanzelin, 2 InfernobleKnight Captain Roland, 2 InfernobleKnight General Oliver, 1 Sacred Noble Knight of King Atorgus, 1 regular Atorgus, 1 Castanin, and 3 Isolde of the Noble Knights. Right, so getting into the deck explanations, also was doing the names full, just in case there was someone new watching this deck profile, because I've been having a few people asking about the card names, so there you go, that's the full names if you can't read them properly. But this deck has been changed a fair bit. Before it was a very fun, pure variant, now it's a fairly competitive and viable deck, which actually works fairly well, and it also incorporates many Noble Knight plays and combos, which I find really well. So going into the changes, Urgia was at 2, because he was initially comboed off with Medrot, so you want Medrot, then use him to get into Urgia. I decided, you know what, Urgia is such a good card, I want him at 3, and then there's also a combo with Urgia and Durandal, where if you summon Urgia, go Durandal, center grave. Well, first with Urgia you send Phoenix, and then Durandal you bring Renewed, bring back Gearfried, special summon. I was like, you know what, I want 3 of this guy, because whether he is a solo card or he pairs up with Medrot, either way, so good. I put Magius down to 1. I really only wanted him in the deck for the battle prevention, because his effect, if you don't know, makes it so the InfernobleKnight card, or whoever he's equipped to, cannot be destroyed by battle. Really good effect. And its other effect can also be useful where you put a 3 Noble Arms or Noble Knight spec into your deck, shuffle, draw 1. You'd be surprised with how well that effect synergizes with his deck, especially with Isolde. You Isolde multiple times, you get rid of all of your equipped cards, you use him to bring him back. Believe me, it works, and the battle negation effect, so much, it's just worth it. So I definitely wanted him at 1, and you can ditch him whenever you want, whatever works. However, definitely didn't want to. 1 is where I feel like it's best left. So I was experimenting with 1 DDR, it was working, and I decided, you know what, I'm going full competitive, I'm adding 3 of them. You want this card in your starting hand. It literally combos so much, and you can even use the effects of the monsters you reborn. Say if you bring back this guy from the banish zone, he gets his effect, because if he's equipped with an equipped card, he pops a card, so it's an instant big monster that has a really good effect. It's pretty insane. So pairing with that Phoenix Blade, you banish whatever you want, set up DDR, set up discard photo for DDR. It's just such a good combo. Living Fossil, put it up to 2, such a good card. You use it to extend play, special summon, it's just good. Same as DDR, except no effect, so really just an extra summon fodder. So I put Joyous down to 1. I decided it's not as good as the other cards. I still wanted it in the deck, but decided 1 is best off to make room for the other cards, and just because it was a bit shitty at 3, I decided to put this card down to 1. I just wasn't really too impressed with it. It was a cool card, It was cool being able to get an extra draw and get consistent special summons for free. And I also just thought it was unnecessary having that free because it broke your hands way too much. However, I would say I'm very happy with it at 1. Because when you do draw, it's like, okay, it's whatever, it's a low chance to draw a card for free. But you really want to ditch it with Ogier. You have so many Ogier in the deck. You have Isolde, special summon, throw it to the grave. It's a special summon you can use whenever. And believe me, it works. And it works really well. Because so many of these cards have effects that just synergize. So it's like you get one of them for free. You synergize even more, you get an extra monster. You can go into bigger plays, literally do whatever the hell you want. It just works really well. A one-off, amazing. Definitely recommend it. For the extra deck, I think it's the same. I'm certain it's the same. However, I'm just saying the Xyz package with his current build is phenomenal. Seriously, Custonin, you go into that so often, so easy. Bounce like cards that can't be destroyed by battle card effects. You just bounce him, attack. He has higher defense. His attack is air. But then if he gets destroyed, you bring out one of these dudes and you equip your cards, and then you get pops. It just works so fucking well. And especially with the Noble Arms cards and the Infernoble Arms cards, you literally just get free searches, free draws, and you can make them immune by battle, card effects, etc. It's amazing. Now, so I just want to say one generic play when I go into Isolde. I usually go into a level 4 straight away, so the 4 cards you 100% want to throw to the grave. Phoenix Blade, setting up for DDR, setting up for whenever the hell you need it. You send Smoke Grenade, setting that up for Charles, when it's just good in the grave, bring it back whenever. Right, and then the third one is Noble Arms of Destiny. Reason being, when you go into the Xyz or you use Charles, you want to use this in the grave. You want to reattach it from the grave, and it's not good to draw, but it's good to manually choose from the grave. It makes your cards indestructible by battle and card effect. So I'm telling you, when you have the Xyz, you attach this to it and it just works. And it's also a generic equip card from a draw for everything else. It's just a really good prevention, so it's not horrible to draw, but it's just so much better in grave. Same logic. Well, same logic can also apply to this card, and this card. However, not extreme. You want to send either one of these 3 to the grave. Most likely one of these 2 though. This one here, or this one as the 4th, because you want every other equip card to draw naturally or be searched. But these ones, same thing applies. You attach it when you need it. You either give your card attack or you destroy your back row. It's fairly good, and it just works. Note that this deck also has 9 unique named equip cards, so you can go into Gearfried, you can go into 2 level 2s and a level 1, and then even more if you send Magius to the grave, because you can recycle them, and it just works really well. Actually, you can do it more than 2 level 4s and 1 level 1, because there's still multiples. I just saying, like, for an example, worst case scenario, you only had 1 of each in the deck. However, typically you'd at least be able to go into 1s a lot, or if you recycle, you can do quite a bit. So I was thinking, what else is there to mention? Not too sure, other than this deck. Synchro plays really easy, Xyz plays really easy, swarms the field so easily. You can really just consistently combo, consistently loop your hands with all these revival cards and everything. You go to Isolde multiple times, Synchros multiple times, bring Gearfried back multiple times. Everything just synergizes so well. Everything is so consistent. If you draw a bad hand, you're just unlucky. And then there's so many small things that just help you do extra combos. Monster Reborn, extra special summon, this trap card, free search, free special summon. It just works really well, and especially for a pure deck, it's incredible. It's one of the best pure decks out there currently, and it's also really fun. Seriously, it's one of the most fun decks I've ever played. I love it. I love this build. Definitely recommend trying it out if you haven't already. And yeah, say this build is a lot better than all my previous ones. So much more competitive, so much more better in general. It's definitely worth trying it. So the InfernobleKnights is something you're interested in, try this build, I'm telling you. So yeah, the generic first board combo is you get Freed on field, this guy on field, and then you can decide to go into one of the synchros, usually 100% Charles, but worst case if can't Charles, you at least have him or one of the XCs, worst case scenarios. We usually have a fair board. You search cards for your next play, you have cards in graveyard for setup, you have equip cards, you have these guys to equip, you have this engraved for a special summon, you have this to hand loop, you draw cards, it's just good. So anyway, this is a deck. I'm gonna go out of here. My voice sounds weird. I think I'm getting sick. So from the best deck profile, but I want to get it out there. Also, the day today that I'm uploading this, there's a maintenance update on Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, which actually comes live in a few minutes as of recording. I believe it's the Zexal update. If it is, telling you 100%, check my Twitch, check my YouTube. I'm streaming that. I've been waiting all year for the Xyz update to come. And all I can say is when DDD or Cyber Dragon Xyz come to the game, I'm going to be grinding competitive 100%. And I'm going to love it. And I also can't wait for them to add this deck to the game. So yeah, anyway, I'm out of here. Catch you later. Hope you're good today. 'Cause I definitely do.